Hey there, this is Prof. Aram, and in this video I'm going to cover the concept of annuity due. And this is different from ordinary annuity because the payments happen at the beginning of the period. So let's get to this. An annuity due is a series of constant or level cash flows that occur at the beginning of each period, and it's finite. Everything is similar to ordinary annuity except the timing of the cash flows. The timing of the cash flows happen at the beginning of each period. And then of course you're not going to have anything in the last period. Because of the timing of the cash flows, because the cash flows happen earlier in the life of the annuity rather than later, the present value of the annuity due is larger than the present value of the ordinary annuity. And of course, the future value of annuity due is larger than the future value of ordinary annuity. And it makes sense. Let's for the sake of simplicity, let's look at the future value. In the future value case, each of these cash flows have one extra year to compound because they happen at the beginning of the period. And because of that, you're going to end with a higher future value for the annuity due compared to the ordinary annuity. For present value is the same. Each of these cash flows are going to be discounted one less time compared to the ordinary annuity. So that's why the present value of the annuity due is going to be larger than the present value of the ordinary annuity because the cash flows are punished less by 1 year or one period. Okay, so let's look at an example. You are saving for a new house and you're putting down $10,000 annually in an account paying 8%. The first payment is made today. So this is the keyword that tells you that this is an annuity due because the first payment is at the beginning of the period, today. So usually the question has a keyword that tells you that whether the series of cash flows you're seeing is an ordinary annuity or an annuity due. So this is our keyword now. Because it says today, we know that it's going to be an annuity due. How much will you have at the end of 3 years? And what would be the future value if it was an ordinary annuity? Let's solve this using the financial calculator first. First of all, I'm going to clear this. Because this is an ordinary annuity, we have to change the setting of the calculator. This calculator assumes that all the cash flows happen at the end of the period. But because we have an ordinary annuity case, we need to change the setting. So if you see on top of payment, you have BGN for begin mode. So I'm going to go ahead and click second payment. Then it's asking for set. So I'm going to do second, enter. Now my calculator is in begin mode. As you see, it's going to show BGN on top right of my screen. Now let's go ahead and enter the numbers. So you're going to put down $10,000 each year for 3 years. And then the rate is 8%. And then you can compute the future value. So the future value of the series of $10,000 that you put down in the account is going to be $35,061. So this is for the annuity due case. So the question is asking, what if this was an ordinary annuity? I'm going to go ahead and change my calculator back to the end mode and then compute future value again. As you can see, the future value is smaller as we expected, 32,264. Right? Sorry, 400. 164. So the future value of annuity due is always greater than the future value of the ordinary annuity. So let's just do the same thing in Excel. Let me just make it a little bit bigger. We are trying to solve for the future value. So the rate is 8% for 3 periods, and the payment is $10,000. We don't have any present value. If you remember, so far we ignored this type element. But for the annuity due, we need to include this, right? Because if you put 0, it assumes that the payments happen at the end of the period. If you put 1, it assumes that payments are in the beginning of the period, or your annuity is annuity due. So we do 1 here. Okay, let me see. Put 1, then close the parentheses. You'll have the same answer. And then if we change this to 0, okay, let me just redo this. So the rate would be 8% for 3 years. The payment is 10,000. And now if it's 0 for ordinary annuity, you'll have the answer that we found with the financial calculator. I hope you find this video useful, and thanks for watching.